Hello. So we all know that social media can be an incredible time drain, and yet it can be so useful for your business. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 of my top tips on how to stop wasting time on social media and make the time you do spend more productive. I'm Hills Crisp, marketing confidence coach and business mentor, and I help women entrepreneurs to market themselves and their business with more confidence and to feel clearer and more confident with their marketing. So I want to start by saying social media is actually designed to be addictive, right? It's designed to keep you on there for as long as possible. And various studies have shown that being on social media gives us a hit of dopamine, which is a neurochemical known as the reward molecule that's released after certain actions or behaviours, generally such as exercising or setting and achieving a goal. But it's really interesting, and if you want to go into it a bit deeper, just Google dopamine, social media and dopamine. It's quite interesting. So I just want you to kind of know that it isn't your fault, right? So trying not to waste time on social media is essentially you needing to pull against the forces of nature. So my tips are going to essentially be around having a boundary around your very, very precious work time. So yes, social media is important, but I'm sure that you have 100 other tasks that will help you to move more quickly and achieve to more quickly achieve your bigger business goals. So you need to keep your eyes on them and not get lost in the social media. I call it the rabbit hole, right? So you get in and then you're there, and 20 minutes later you're watching cat videos and you wonder what happened, right? And it's hard because the lines are really blurred between, you're on there for personal reasons probably, and also professional reasons as well. So my first tip is around being really boundaried around the time that you spend on social media during your work hours, so when you are working. So get into the habit of checking your social media accounts maybe just 3 times a day instead of several times and constantly kind of flipping back and having a look. So one way you can do this is to set a time boundary, for example 15 minutes, and you could set a timer. So you could set a timer on your phone, and so it goes off after 15 minutes, and it will just keep you focused because you know that you've got a limited time, and it will stop you from wandering off and watching cat and dog videos, right? Which you can do if you maybe have time left. But if you think if you did this even 3 times a day, that would add up to 45 minutes. If you needed half an hour in the morning and then you did another two times 15 minutes, that's an hour per day of your working time. That's a lot of time. So you have to really make sure that it is productive time. So my second tip is about turning off the noisy notifications, right? And this is especially on your phone. But no bleeping, no buzzing, no vibrating, right? It is a distraction, and it will cause you to want to know what the notification is for, right? It causes us to want to look. And apparently even the buzz or the bleep or whatever can also give us a hit of dopamine, right? So it will take your focus away from what you're doing, and of course it will take a moment or a minute to refocus again back. So just be really careful with those noisy distractions. And then the third point is about what to do when you're actually on social media. So this is around having an intention or a strategy or a goal, and just being really, really clear on what that is. So there's a couple of sort of different ways, I guess, that we use social media for work. So there's like the regular checking, when you're going to check your notifications and answer comments and things like that. And then there's kind of specific activity. So it's good to get really clear on which one of those is your focus. So are you going on there, for example, to promote your workshop, or to schedule some social media posts, or to post, a photo from the networking group that you went to earlier? Or are you just on there to kind of check your notifications and, you know, get up to date. And, you know, perhaps do the checking 2 or 3 times per day, right? And then once per day, or you could do it as part of one of those, you know, regular slots, is that you do something specific which promotes your business, right? So there's just something specific that will help move your business forward or get you bookings or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So I suggest in your regular kind of slots when you're checking, so check through your notifications, and you don't need to check on every single one. Like, I scroll through and I know that there's some that I'm like, I don't need to know that. That's just someone else commenting in another group, right? And if I'm short on time, then I just skim straight past them. But click on the ones where you've been tagged or someone's commented on your comment or anything like that, or on your post, and make sure that you're reacting to posts that you did or that you're already engaged in or tagged in. And if anyone's commenting on your comments, obviously you need to make sure that you're replying to everything. And it's like, you know, yeah, make sure it's kind of relevant. So, and then maybe, you know, once per day, it's good to have a list of, say, 5 Facebook groups, or if you're on another platform, whether it's like hashtags on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, you know, whatever it is that you're focusing on at the moment, and you know, and know that you've got a limited time. So say you're focusing on, I'm going to engage in 5 Facebook groups where I know my ideal clients hang out. So that could be one of your goals, right? So that you pop in there and you see if there's anything that you can interact with or comment on or help people with, right? And, you know, this is online social networking. This is getting to know a few people a little bit better, rather than trying to get to know a lot of people but not very well. So I always think, you know, it's better to kind of have, yeah, a few but deeper kind of relationships, rather than having a scattergun approach and being in, you know, 20 groups but only commenting every now and again and only when it's relevant, and, you know, people are not going to get to know you. And that's kind of it. So I just want to say, you know, be aware of how much time you are spending on social media and what you're actually doing when you're on there. Make sure a lot of that time is spent with you actually promoting your business, right? So sharing something of value to your audience or connecting with your audience. So I hope you found that useful. Please do like, share, comment. Let me know how you get on with implementing any of those tips. But yeah, do comment. How do you find social media? Do you think any of those would be useful for you? I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any other things that you would like me to talk about on these weekly Facebook Lives, then just pop those in a comment as well. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks, bye.